Hey, Satch, can you hear? Oh, you can hear me, Satch? Give me a peace sign if you can hear me. Okay, cool. Can I see your face? Can I see what your hair looks like today? Can I see if you got a haircut? You're not going to give me that? Oh, man. Let me see if we're ready. Oh, man. What's going on over there? Is that Snyder's crew? I see Jason Wright. That's Jason Wright. Masks don't help out. That's Snyder's over there too? Okay, hold on. Where is he in that bunch? Oh, that's his back? He's in the gray hoodie? Oh, that is Snyder. Put your mask on or hold your breath. All right. Oh, okay. All right, we're good. I'm going to count down and start. We're good, everybody? Cool, cool. All right. Oh, wait. I got to bring up the Facebook page real quick. Sorry. Cool. All right. Bring this up and bring. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm Darren Haynes. Welcome in the WSA 9 studios. We are getting set for the Washington football team taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and you can see them right behind me, right here at FedEx Field. The Washington football team, they're trying to end that 2-game losing streak. They're also trying to end a 4-game losing streak to the Cincinnati Bengals. And you know me, I like to throw out numbers. Before I throw out some of those numbers, this is streaming live, of course, on YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that. If you're on our Facebook page, I want you to comment below because we have a lot to get you set for this particular matchup. It's a non-divisional game, but an important game for the Washington football team because if you look at it, their next 2 games where they have the Bengals and also the Dallas Cowboys, you have teams that basically only have 4 wins combined in their last 18 tries. You are currently looking at Jason Wright, the president of the team, also your man Dan Snyder, who's rocking the gray hoodie. He is the owner of the Washington football team. But comment below on our Facebook page. Should this team try to take advantage of still winning this division despite a 2-7 record? Or do you feel like they should now just start tanking and just start focusing on the 2021 NFL draft to try to bring in some draft picks? I want you to comment below. Also, just give me your excitement level. It's a home game here at FedEx Field. Of course, you can't be in the stadium or around the stadium because of COVID-19. They had fans in the stadium, but then they took them away. So there were no regular fans, no friends and family there. Obviously, Washington was going through their NFL protocol because they had a player, Matt Ioannidis, who tested positive for COVID-19. So you see an empty stadium at FedEx Field. But countdown. Yes, we're counting down to the kickoff, but I want you to comment below on our Facebook page. Just getting you set here. We still have our paper cutouts of our fans at FedEx Field, but that is a live shot at FedEx Field as the Washington football team looks to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, a team they have not beaten, y'all, in 29 years. Yes, it's been 29 years since the last time the Washington football team beat the Cincinnati Bengals. If you want to know how long it's been since they beat them at home, you got to go even further back. For all the young bucks out there, you probably weren't even born. The last time the Washington football team beat the Bengals at home, it was back in 1985. I think it was December 15th. So you're looking at almost like 35 years ago, to be exact, was the last time the Washington football team beat the Cincinnati Bengals at home. We all know it wasn't at FedEx Field. But you're looking at your live view of the Bengals and the Washington football team. And if you look on the right, you see the Washington football team rocking that type of old school burgundy. It's their throwback jerseys. I don't know if the alternate jerseys is a good thing for the Washington football team, especially for Dustin Hopkins, who has been struggling actually kicking extra points and field goals. I know they thought about possibly bringing in another kicker. He's been dealing with some groin stuff. But those alternate jerseys, and David Satchel, who's our photographer, always does a great job, one of the best out there in the business, giving us his great shots of Dustin Hopkins' butt. But the thing about these retro jerseys, they've lost 3 straight in these jerseys, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. How about Antonio Gibson? Comment below on our Facebook page. I want to read your comments as well. I'm just getting you set for this Washington football Cincinnati Bengals matchup. But that's Antonio Gibson. And a guy like Antonio Gibson, you know, he's coming off his first multi-touchdown game of his career. He's a rookie out of Memphis. He was a receiver, y'all, at the University of Memphis, and then they switched him to be a running back. And he has 7 rushing TDs. That's the second most through 9 games of a career in franchise history. So that he has a promising career. I think the only negative side, which I hated as a running back, but I was able to do as well pretty well when I was in college, you won't see him a lot on third down because he's not a good pass protection blocker, which is so important. If you can't block, you can't play, and that's why you'll see a guy like J.D. McKissick getting in the backfield on third downs. But either way, Antonio Gibson, what a great addition to this Washington football team. If he can get 2 rushing touchdowns today, I mean, he'll be second most all-time in franchise history in regards to rookie production. So you're looking at a promising guy there. I think he will be the 4th rookie in franchise history to post multiple games with 2 rushing touchdowns. If he can score 2 more again today, some of the previous guys, remember Alfred Morris, they had to deal with him last week. Because Alfred Morris is now with the New York Giants. So 2 weeks ago, had to deal with Alfred Morris, former Washington football guy. He's in that category in regards to production as a rookie. Skip Hicks is in there. RG3 is in that mix. So some promising young guys, and Antonio Gibson, number 24, who you're looking at, is part of that mix. So once again, I love how you guys continue to comment on our Facebook page. You're watching or you're looking at live pictures at FedEx Field as the Washington football team looks to end a 2-game losing streak against the Cincinnati Bengals. They also look to end a 4-game losing streak against the Bengals. And overall, I mean, they've lost 7 of their last 8 games. Love Steven Sims Jr., that guy out of Houston, Texas. He's electric. I'm looking forward to him, number 15, to have like that burst out game in the season, because he's a guy who can either go for 1 yard, or he'll take it to the house for 80 yards. Just talk to the New England Patriots and what he did last year against him. But he was out with like a toe injury. This is now, I believe, his 3rd game back from that particular injury. So maybe he can kind of get back into the groove of things. All right, so I'm going to read some of your comments that you already have on our Facebook page. You know, Renee Kendall's already saying hello. Sherry Braxton says 2021 should be our focus. Now, that was the big question that I have. You can bring me back on camera. We can still look at some of the players in the background. But that was one of our big questions. Do you feel like this team should still focus on trying to win this NFC East division with a 2-7 record? It's a poor record, but honestly, they still have a chance to win this division. They still have to play the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday. They still have the Philadelphia Eagles, who has the lead in the division. So there's still a chance. Or do you feel like the Washington football team should just pack their bags up and just prepare for the 2021 draft? And maybe even look for number 7 being their quarterback moving forward, Dwayne Haskins, or should they draft a quarterback? So Sherry Braxton on our Facebook page says, 2021 should be the focus. So she's already throwing in the towel, giving up on this particular season. Gregory Wilson says the Washington football team has been tanking for the last 25 years. What difference does it make now? That's a great point. It's been a long minute. We're showing pictures of Dan Snyder, and you know, since Dan Snyder took ownership of the team, I can't say it's really been that successful. Of course, there's been no Super Bowl wins at all. Haven't played in a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I don't want to say they've been tanking. I mean, they've definitely been trying. We can go back to live pictures of Dan Snyder as we continue to talk about him in the hoodie. You know, the Washington football team obviously tries, and Dan Snyder, he definitely wants his team to win. I have nothing negative to say about him. I still will put this out there. I'd love to have a sit-down interview with Dan Snyder just to see how he is. What does he like to eat for dinner? Does he put hot sauce on his chicken? I mean, just to get to know the guy outside of what people have to say about him on social media and stuff like that, because we really don't know the guy unless we're hanging with him. The only thing I always say is if I'm going to FedEx Field and I'm going in your house, just some respect. If I go in David Satchel's house, my photographer, the guy who's taking these beautiful pictures, I'm going to at least say hi to the owner of the house. I'm not going to walk by David Satchel and just go do my own thing and put my feet up on the couch. So it's just a respect to to Dan Snyder. But you're looking at live pictures of the Washington football team at FedEx Field. Comment below, should the Washington football team tank this season and focus on the 2021 season? Who just photobombed their shot? Or should we start focusing still, or should we continue to focus? Yo, time out here. How many times do you think Dwayne Haskins and Cam Sims practice that? So I'm just wondering, like, how, because I mean, these handshakes, listen, I guess I live in a time where, then what did Antonio Gibson just do? I live in a time where when I was playing ball, you know, we just had like the high five, or you jump up, and you bump chest or something like that, or you raise the roof, you know, back what they used to do in the late 90s. That was it. But now they, you know, when they see their boy, and they're on point with it. And the thing about it is, like, when do they practice this kind of stuff? But this is the kind of stuff that you'll see on our preview show. Don't forget, y'all, today at 5:30, we'll have our post-game show. Of course, Alex Smith, the quarterback, you'll hear from him. You will hear from the players after the game before anyone else. So before all the broadcast stations have the post-game interviews, you will hear it first on our post-game show at 5:30. Charlotte McBride will join us, one of our great reporters and anchors. We'll break down the game. We'll hear from the players. We'll hear from Ron Rivera, head coach Ron Rivera. And then we'll also get into the fun stuff, suited or booted. We already have something on some of the pregame gear that some of the players wear. Don't want to miss that. But also what Alex Smith is doing. I mean, number 11, you can't see his head right here. Oh, we'll go to full pictures. But what an amazing story by Alex Smith. I mean, the guy is actually playing better now than before he got hurt. And when you think about Alex Smith and the gruesome injury, and, you know, he had his first start last week in 728 days, basically since he broke his leg. He got his first start last week against Detroit, and he had a career game in passing yards. He also had in completions and attempts. This guy, Alex Smith, from that injury where he almost lost his life and his leg, threw for 300-plus yards in now consecutive games. That has never happened in his career. And you're looking at a guy that's been in this league for like, what, I think 16 years? He was the #1 overall pick out of Utah. So we're witnessing history. They got to make a movie out of this guy. It's more than just a small E60 documentary. This needs to be a movie, because what an amazing story by Alex Smith. And the thing about it against the Cincinnati Bengals, this is an opportunity for Alex Smith to really shine even more. The Bengals aren't good, y'all. I'm just putting that out there. The Bengals are, let's combine it two. So since Alex Smith got hurt, the Washington football team is 6-26. There's only one team that has been worse during that stretch since Alex Smith, that guy you're looking at right now, got injured, and it's the Cincinnati Bengals. 5-26-1. So this is an opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals to take advantage. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. This is an opportunity for the Washington football team to take advantage of the Cincinnati Bengals and get a win here at FedEx Field. And they should not lose. And I'm already putting this out there. If you want to bring me on camera, I can do a split image with Alex Smith. I'm predicting the Washington football team will win this game 24-20. Putting it out there, record it. We'll play it later in our show during our post-game show with Charlotte McBride. Continue to comment on our Facebook page as we continue to look at Alex Smith. And one big reason why they should not lose this particular game, I'm going to drop the mic on this one, and we'll take this video full after I drop the mic. In the last 18 games for the Cincinnati Bengals, the last 18 road games, basically on the road, like Cincinnati's playing on the road at FedEx Field because Washington's a home team, they are 0-17-1. They haven't won an away game in 18 tries. Just putting that out there. All right, mic drop. Let's go back to Alex Smith. So I'm predicting a Washington win, 24-20. All right, I'm going to read some more of your comments. Donna Parr says probably a good idea to focus on 2021. Renee Kendall says the current owner is a mess. Is he a mess by the way he owns the team, or is he a mess because he's just rocking the Sunday gear like he doesn't have anything to do today, so he's rocking the hoodie and sweats and not dressed up in a suit? Is he messy like that? Tommy Mason says, Tommy from Kentucky saying hi. Shout out to Thomas from Kentucky. Kentucky, I believe, played Alabama this year, right? They played on Saturday, I believe. Did they get their butts whooped by Alabama? Good luck to Kentucky and the Wildcats. Focus on basketball. The basketball season's coming up. What else do we have? Continue to comment on our Facebook page. Gregory Wilson says the Washington football team should focus on making a low-level college bowl game. Wow, that's a hard hit right there. I should start like reading these comments in my head before I actually read them out loud. So you guys are not playing the Washington football team, but it's how you feel. And I want you to really express how you feel as you look at the Washington football team getting the groin stretch in before they take on the Bengals, trying to end that 2-game losing streak, a 4-game losing streak against the Bengals. And, of course, Joe Burrow, number 9 for the Cincinnati Bengals, a guy who was the number 1 overall draft pick. Here's a unique thing about the guy you're looking at right now. So last year, well, not last year, in the latest NFL draft, they took Chase Young. The Washington football team took Chase Young, number 2 overall. Head coach Ron Rivera said that he would have taken that guy, number 9, Joe Burrow, if Cincinnati picked Chase Young number 1 overall, despite Dwayne Haskins already being on the team, who was Washington's first-round pick in the 2019 NFL draft. So that's how close that guy right there could have been your starting quarterback. Of course, he was a Heisman Trophy winner. He led LSU to a national championship. Joe Burrow's a guy who has basically all the intangibles. He's a great quarterback. Not the strongest arm, but he does enough to get the job done. But that's how close it's been. The good thing about Washington in this particular game, their offensive line is pretty suspect. Joe Burrow gets hit a lot. He gets sacked a lot. So this is an opportunity for Chase Young, who was a number 2 overall pick, who actually was teammates with number 9, Joe Burrow, at Ohio State before Joe Burrow transferred to LSU. To even get deeper into the conversation, Dwayne Haskins, who's now the second-string quarterback, beat out Joe Burrow at Ohio State, and that was a big reason why Joe Burrow transferred to LSU. So there's a lot of Ohio State connections going here, and just to shot it out, because I know David Satchel, photographer, if he can give us a thumbs up. David Satchel, who's giving you these great pictures, he went to Ohio State. So did Terry McLaurin, number 17. So you're looking at 2 Ohio State guys right there. So you have Dwayne Haskins, who I was just mentioning, who's the second-string quarterback, number 17, Terry McLaurin. They all went to Ohio State with number 9 there you go. And that's our photographer, David Satchel, Ohio State. Ohio State pulled out a good win over Indiana on Saturday, FYI. Indiana coming in, I'll say they're a surprise team in regards to how well they've been playing. And they actually played pretty well. They didn't get blown out. They covered the spread. Dwayne Haskins loves to dance. I'm just putting that out there. When the music's playing, this dude, he dances more during his stretches than, I don't know, I can't compare him to anything. Look, see, look at that. He stretches the groin and then dances. If that's how you get pumped up for a game, that's how you get pumped up for a game. But you're looking at live pictures of Dwayne Haskins. Of course, this is the local guy out of Bullis High School in Potomac. So that's kind of one of our own. And there you go. Another handshake. I might have to learn some of these. All right, so I'm going to read some more of your comments. Comment below. Remember, tonight, 5:30, our post-game show. Charlotte McBride will join us. Post-game reaction you will hear first here on WUSA 9. Donald Johnson says, I hope they lose. I hope you're talking about Cincinnati, FYI. John Linsmeyer says, if a football stadium holds 80,000 fans and 100,000 fans show up with tickets, is that fraud? That's a random question. I guess my answer for you, John, will be is there are no fans in the stadium and there are no tickets being sold, so that is a relevant question. We have Drew Love, who says 35-21 Washington wins. When I read wins, I immediately thought that N was a Z, and I was thinking like Wizards. Shout out to John Wall, who created a lot of drama over the weekend. I guess you can call it drama. Maybe it's the Wizards' drama, not necessarily his drama, but all of it is drama that he wants to be traded, according to reports. John Wall changed his number on me. I tried to text him, and he has the iPhone. Anybody that has an iPhone, when you text somebody, it's blue. It shows up green, and he didn't text me back, so he must have changed his number. John Wall, if you're watching on our Facebook stream, hit your boy up because your boy needs your new number. But there we are. There's the whole team, both sides getting stretched out. The Washington football team takes on the Cincinnati Bengals at FedEx Field. We'll have post-game reaction after the game, 5:30. Don't want to miss that. Charlotte McBride will be here. I'll be over there in the studio, but it's must-see TV. It's good stuff. Comment below on our Facebook page because we have guys like Gerald Coates who says, I'm still boycotting the NFL. I'm wondering why. Kenyon Flynn Wim says, we cannot come out flat again, and that is a great point. Kenyon, I forgot about it, Kenyon. That is a great point. A lot of times this particular season, this Washington football team comes out flat in the first half and then decides like, okay, let's start playing again. And usually that's the second half, and they're too far behind to actually keep up. So one thing that I have, because I remember a lot of stuff, but I don't remember everything. But if I'm not mistaken, the Washington football team, in regards to the first half and the second half, is a drastic difference. I do have this. So in the first half, Washington has been outscored 148-72. Shout out to another Ohio State guy. This is the Ohio State Bowl. Is that what this is? Because that's Chase Young, rookie out of Ohio State, the second overall pick who I was mentioning you about. So you have Joe Burrow, the quarterback for Cincinnati Bengals. He played at Ohio State. Actually was teammates with Chase Young for a brief moment. Dwayne Haskins was also on that team. Terry McLaurin was also on that team. So this is the Ohio State Bowl. My only thing will be is I think Urban Meyer, or whoever is the head coach now at Ohio State, is not really happy, because if this is a reflection on how Ohio State players play in the NFL, these teams should have more than 4 wins combined. I'm just putting that out there. David Satchel just got mad at me, our photographer who went to Ohio State. But Chase Young, such a beast. Some people were mentioning that they're kind of disappointed in regards to the way he's been playing, because he hasn't been hasn't been putting up the numbers like he did in the first couple weeks of the season before he had that groin injury. I don't know exactly how much better he feels in regards to that groin injury. I've had a groin injury and it bothered me the entire season. But I will say this, though. The guy's getting double teamed, sometimes even triple teamed. So, yeah, thumbs down to that, to all the haters. And, whatever that meant. So he's getting doubled and triple teamed. So when you're getting doubled and triple teamed, it's going to be harder to rack up those stats. But that can also open up something like the guy number 91 who just got off the ball there, Ryan Kerrigan, who could play on the opposite side in regards to Chase Young. You also have Montez Sweat, who could get a better opportunity as teams try to double team Chase Young. I love how these players get so pumped up. What song are they playing? David Satchel, I'm going to put it on you, my man. You need to tell me what song they are playing, because this team's getting hyped. They're doing more dancing than preparing for the game. Who is the artist and what is the name? Because I can't hear it. And I know you know it. You're down with the new music. I guarantee you are. I've been in your truck. I've listened to your music. You're not listening to old school groove in the afternoon, man. You listen to them hard hit bangers. I already know. Comment on our Facebook page. I'm reading more of your comments before we wrap this up. Remember our post-game show at 5:30, excuse me. But we have... So Dre Love says the defense will come away with 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and 1 touchdown. I will say this, though. The part that I may agree with you on is maybe there will be 2 interceptions. You're dealing with a rookie quarterback in Joe Burrow. I may agree with you, Dre Love, with the 2 interceptions. And the reason why is Washington's pass defense is the best in the NFL. That's one highlight. Their pass defense is the best in the NFL. So maybe they can get 2 interceptions off a rookie quarterback, a team that's struggling in the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the reason why I picked that Washington will win 24-21. So don't embarrass me, Washington. One thing that is very important for this Washington football team is their offensive line. You're looking at some of them. Their offensive line has been dealing with injuries and experience. Morgan Moses, is Morgan over there on the left side? Is he lining up on the left side? I just want to check. Because there's been some injuries, so there is a chance that Morgan Moses may play left tackle. And he's lining up as, no, these are one-on-one drills, so we don't know if he's lining up as a left tackle. No, he is warming up as if he is playing left tackle. Morgan Moses, veteran guy, came into this league back in 2014. The last time he ever played left tackle was during his rookie year. He's been a right tackle ever since. And you got to hand it to Morgan Moses. I mean, this is a guy who you want on your football team. He's always out there. He always performs. He got his team pumped up, yelling at some of the guys on the sideline before because of the way they were playing. But he has played in 90 consecutive games. Let me rephrase that. He has started in 90 consecutive games. There's only 3 offensive linemen in the NFL that have done that. So Morgan Moses not only is a quality lineman, he's also a versatile lineman, because not only does he play right tackle, but you see him right there making a switch over to left tackle that he may have to play, or if he is going to play left tackle in this particular game. And then he's also durable. He gets hurt, gets back up, and comes back into the game, and he's probably telling the referee right now, hey, man, this guy, I may hold the jersey on this guy a little bit, but don't make that call, man. I can't get any more holding calls. I'm playing left tackle for the first time. So listen, if I pull the jersey just a little bit and hold, we have that understanding. And bam, that's how you get away with some of the penalties. Understanding right there. Now, I'm not saying that's actually happened. All right, so we got Chase Young. We have a rookie, y'all. And I'm going to look up. I believe Chase Young is only 21 years old. But Chase Young is in the center of a bunch of veteran guys, getting the guys all pumped up. Let me look up Chase Young. I believe Chase Young is 21 years old. But he's a rookie. And you don't see a lot of times a rookie getting everybody pumped up. Yep, he was born in 1999. He's 21 years old. Just turned 21 in April. And you have a guy like 91, Ryan Kerrigan, who's been in the league forever, who looks like he's flying like a kid who's 9 years old. But he was the guy, the vocal leader, Chase Young, in the middle of that crew, getting guys pumped up for the game. That's why head coach Ron Rivera speaks so highly of Chase Young, because he's a leader, a guy who just has that it. Oh, we can hear the music a little bit. We don't have the rights to the music, but let's see what they're playing. I can't hear it clearly. Hey, comment on our Facebook page if you recognize that song. Comment on our Facebook page and let me know what that is. I want to know what's the name of the song. We have Bobby Delaney. Continue to comment on our Facebook page, because Bobby Delaney says 27-0, the Washington football team will beat the Bengals. We have Gregory Wilson on our Facebook page, says Joe Burrow will throw for over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns today. Ugh, if that happens, there's going to be some big issues. Then everybody needs to focus on the 2021 NFL draft, because this season is pretty much over. Leon De Cordova, the fourth says, let's go Washington. Jimmy Hilton says 29 years. Yes, Jimmy, the last time the Washington football team beat the Cincinnati Bengals was 29 years ago. Do I have the exact date here? I do not have the exact date, but it's been 29 years. I do have the exact date on the last time they beat the Bengals at home. That was December 15th, 1985. That was 12,761 days ago. In short, almost 35 years. Antonio Gibson is much younger than that. Wasn't born. And that guy right there, number 24. Let me look this up. Antonio, because he's a rookie too. Number 24, Antonio Gibson. He was born. He just made it. Antonio Gibson was an infant. He was 1 year. He was 1 when the Washington football team last beat the Bengals. That guy, number 24, your leading rusher for the Washington football team, leads the team in rushing touchdowns. That guy right there was he was in someone's car seat, drinking baby milk with a diaper on, the last time the Washington football team beat the Cincinnati Bengals. It's been a minute, y'all. I don't know why I'm picturing that guy with a diaper on. All right, let's continue to go on. Continue to comment on our Facebook page. You're watching the starting offense. Is that J.D. McKissick? No, that's Antonio Gibson. No, yeah, it's McKissick. You're watching the Washington football offense basically go against the my bad. That was Barber. My bad. I gotta learn his number. I still want to say Tiki Barber so bad. I grew up a Giants fan, FYI. But anyways, you're looking at the offense taking on the defense. I can't tell who's the starting offense now, because then you have Antonio Gibson who's in the backfield, but Dwayne Haskins is the second string quarterback. But these are all basic plays to get you warmed up for the game. Basic is usually what they call like 50% speed. You go through the motions. But as you're looking at live pictures, I'm going to read a few more comments before we wrap this up, because they do kick off in 30 minutes, y'all. You can watch this game right here on WSA 9. Don't want to forget that. Right on our station, WSA 9, you can watch this game against the Cincinnati Bengals as they look to beat Cincinnati for the first time in 29 years, first time at home in almost 35 years. And they're going to try to end a 2-game losing streak overall. And they're going to try to make the Cincinnati Bengals go home 0-19-1 in their last, no, it wouldn't be 0-19-1. What will it be? It will be 0-18-1 in their last 19 games. Yeah, that's right. Cincinnati hasn't won a road game in a minute. It's been since 2018. The last time the Cincinnati Bengals actually won a road game was at FedEx Field against the Washington football team, but it didn't count. It doesn't count in the record because That actually happened. It was a preseason game, so that doesn't actually count. Looks like we lost some of our audio. We just have, a video, so we just have a still view of it. We'll get back to David Satchel and his view in just a little bit. But just getting you set for the Bengals taking on the Washington football team. And like I mentioned before, Washington's trying to end a 2-game losing streak. They've also lost 7 of their last 8 games. So they're trying to get on the winning side of things. They're 2-7. They still have a chance to win this NFC East division. And what I wanted you to do to comment on our Facebook page is, despite them being 2-7, should this team still go after the NFC East division? We all know it's a poor division. The Philadelphia Eagles still have the lead in that particular division. But Washington beat the Eagles, and they have to play them again. They also have to take on the Dallas Cowboys again. There's a chance that Washington could win this division, especially in these next 2 games, because they take on the Bengals today, and then just a few days away on Thanksgiving, they take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals have only 4 combined wins. Shout out to TVU. Shout out to JFK, the airport. So they only have 4 combined wins in their last 18 games. This is an opportunity for the Washington football team to take advantage of this. And I'm already predicting a 24-20 win over the Bengals. The Bengals have not won a road game, y'all, in 18 games. They are 0-17-1. I'm just putting that out there. They've also lost 4 of their last 5 games. I'm just putting that out there. So you have 2 teams that are struggling. And Washington, a team with like a guy like Alex Smith, who's really playing so much better than he actually played when he was healthy. Not saying Alex Smith was a bad quarterback before that. He was outstanding. But he just wasn't putting up consecutive 300-plus passing yards in games. So shout out to Alex Smith for an amazing comeback. I'm going to read a few more comments, and then we're going to wrap this up. Because despite you not being able to see the game at FedEx Field behind me right now, you can watch it on WSA 9 at 1 o'clock. Don't want to miss it. And then at 5:30, you can watch Charlotte McBride and myself post-game show. We'll have post-game reaction. We'll hear from head coach Ron Rivera. We'll hear from quarterback Alex Smith before anybody else. Before you want to watch the 6:30 news on WSA 9, whatever it is, we will have it first on our Facebook page, YouTube page, our website. And if I had the power to do it, I'll put it on MySpace and Black Planet as well. Unfortunately, I don't have that. So let me read some more comments that you guys have. Troy Evans says they lost last week 36-10 to Pittsburgh, talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. This shot's going in and out, but it looks like the players are going in the locker room. That's usually when we wrap things up anyways. Let's see what else we have. Beverly Mason says Cowboys are horrible as well, the entire division. Then she says, come on, Kansas City. Beverly Mason, are you in the DMV area? Just wondering. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens, too. We'll have that in our sportscast. We may talk about it a little bit in our postgame show. But the Baltimore Ravens, they're taking on the Tennessee Titans also at 1 o'clock. If you're in the Baltimore area, you can watch that on CBS as well. But if you remember when they took on Tennessee last year, it was a postseason game. They were supposed to win. They had the best record in the AFC. Excuse me. They had the best record in the AFC. Ended up getting upset by the Tennessee Titans. This is a rematch. This is like payback. Is a shut your mouth. So shout out to the Ravens. Hopefully they can bounce back and win their game up at the bank in Baltimore. And hopefully the Washington football team can win at FedEx Field and end their 2-game losing streak against the Cincinnati Bengals that hasn't won a road game since 2018. Janet Garland says, go in the running for the playoffs. Okay. So I guess Janet is the one comment that we have that wants the Washington football team to try to make this postseason. Either way, they have an opportunity for both. If they decide to start losing games, they'll get a good draft pick. If they decide to win some games, not decide, if they just do go out there and win some games, they could win this division and make the playoffs and probably lose in the first round, or they could upset some teams like the Tennessee Titans did against the Baltimore Ravens, like I just mentioned. Continue to comment on our Facebook page. I'll see you at 5:30 post-game show after the Washington football game on WSA 9. Charlotte McBride will join me. Post-game reaction you will not hear anywhere else that early. Tune in. I'll see you there at 5:30 after the game. Good luck. I predict Washington to win 24-20. We're out.